All right, guys. It's interesting to be on this side of this. I'm having Josh from 23 and 1 on, as you can see. He helped me right in the beginning. He gave me an interview, and it certainly helped me get my subscriber base up to where it is. So I'm extremely grateful for that, Josh. Thank you. I don't know much about him. I know that he's been to prison. I can just tell by the prison work on his arms. And I just don't know his story. So it's interesting that he's going to be on the other side of this. I'm going to try to shut up and just let him do most of the talking. And I honestly don't know his story, so I'm learning it with anyone that doesn't know it as well. Josh, thank you for coming on my little show. And
you're very welcome, man. You're very welcome. I guess I'll start from the beginning, man. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Josh. I go by Death. My channel name is Lockdown 23 and 1. And Ryan, man, your stories were excellent, I must say. I'm glad to see everything going good over here on your channel.
Thank you.
It is a little weird, man, being on the other end. I've been interviewed by who was it, Nate Dogg, Adam 22. I was nervous on Adam 22, man. I don't know if you ever heard of that guy, but I was nervous being interviewed by him.
Yeah, no, we'll have a casual conversation. I guess I'll ask you the question so I give you a point of reference. There's a point of reference for you.
I got a good point.
Okay, go ahead. Start, yeah.
All right. So, I'm a prison YouTuber, man. How the hell did I end up becoming a part of this prison genre for YouTube? Okay, first off, I went to prison 2 times. I went to prison 2 times. The first time, make it short and sweet, I was a good kid growing up, poor, broke as hell. Just struggling, man, but good family, strong family, Christian-based family. Okay, and that's still my religious beliefs to this day. But somewhere down the road, I got caught up in wanting things. We didn't have no money, so I ended up breaking into stuff first and cars, and then it just slowly progressed into armed robberies. Luckily, I never got caught for that, thank God, because I would have had my boots smoked in the courtroom for that. But I ended up going to prison for something I never thought I would. I went to prison for stabbing someone. I was charged. It was some kind of assault charge, but it got dropped down to unlawful wounding. And it was all behind, I think, a girl, man, that had a boyfriend type shit. And I didn't know these guys, and I still don't know them to this day. I only know them by the courtroom. These guys jumped out their car at my parents' house, right? And in my mind, I'm thinking I have every right to defend myself. But I guess I didn't, man. They said I could have ran and called the cops, because I kind of did run from it and came back with a weapon. So, but I didn't run from it. It was only like 5 or 10 feet from the scene. So it was really weird, man. It was more of a self-defense. It was bullshit. I should never went to prison, but I did, man. And they dropped the charges from something very severe. I had abduction. It was pretty much like kidnapping. They said I pulled some people out of a car by a gun at a stoplight, kidnapped them, took them all these places, and I beat all that shit. Beat it. Like straight up not guilty type shit. And that right there was just a miracle in itself, because I thought I was gonna be found guilty. Because in Virginia, you can go by he say, she say. They don't need no proof or nothing. If they got 5 witnesses saying this shit, you're going to prison.
Yeah.
It's a Commonwealth state, so the laws are a little different out here, man.
What's an example of that? What's an example?
Yeah, so like I can't even begin to tell you. They don't need no witness if they don't want to in certain situations. Like me and my wife in the past, man. Like when we were first, getting together and stuff, we had a lot of disputes, man. So neighbors always call the cops on us, screaming and fighting and stuff like that. But the cops, it would always get dropped in courtroom. Someone wouldn't show up. And then now, the Commonwealth, they could say, no, we don't even need her. If they really want you, they can just pick you up and lock you up off of, I guess, circumstantial evidence. If that's even what you call it? It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Like, they'll threaten the person. they'll threaten the person to lock them up uh, if they don't testify. You know, just because they press the charges, if they decide they don't want to press charges, they can lock them up for not following through with it. You know what I mean? Or they can follow through with it without them. You know, so the laws are, it's all kinds of different laws out there that makes the Commonwealth screwed up in many ways. But
Okay,
yeah, I pretty much.
so go back. Okay, sorry for taking you off.
I'm ranting, man. I'm about to get into some conspiracy shit now.
People are gonna
you
be
know
like,
what I mean?
let him fucking talk. But so what ended up happening in that case? Talk about prison. Just go. Don't let me talk. I can never shut the fuck up. I'm just gonna be
It's
quiet.
all good, man. It's all
Go
good.
ahead.
It's all good, man.
All right, so yeah, I ended up stabbing some fucking dude that I didn't even know, and I went to prison behind it, man. I got a little over 3 years the first time. Came home. Well, the first time was crazy. I was 17 when it all started, and I ended up going just young as hell, man. Baby face. I look young now. I'm, in my 30s. I still look young in my eyes, at least. And just imagine, I was just a baby going in there. And a lot of people say that. I've interviewed so many people that went in at like 15. I can't believe that shit. That's crazy to think. But yeah, man, it was kind of rough, but kind of not. I had a somewhat easy ride on my first bid, man. I learned a lot very quickly. I avoided some very dangerous situations, some very very close calls. Got in a few fights, lost a fight or two, won a fight or two, and made it out. I made it out. Came home, smoked weed, violated, uh, violated again, or did 6 months. Came out, got violated again for DUI or a drunk in public. I can't remember which one came first. Did 6 months. Came out. Third violation over here in Virginia, you're on probation. If you mess up, I don't know what they call it out there, but they violate your probation. You go violate your parole, whichever. And this time they sent me back to prison. It was either for, like I said, either DUI or the drunk in public. And I don't even drink, man. I just trying to quit smoking weed. I couldn't quit it. I loved it.
I hear you. It's common. It's common. People switch to alcohol because they're on parole or probation. I get it.
Yeah. And ladies and gentlemen, I've done a lot of drugs in my time. I have not done heroin, okay, but I've seen what it does to people. But alcohol is the worst, if you ask
Agreed.
me.
Agreed. Agreed.
Oh my God, it makes you into someone else, And every time I got in trouble or something, it was completely avoidable if I wasn't drunk acting stupid, So that's how it was for that. And I went to prison for basic, technicalities, something simple that a normal person would do and get out for 1 day, 2 days. Sent me to prison again, and came out, man. I came out. That was a very easy ride. I didn't do no gambling really that much on this one. I stayed out the way. I knew what I was facing, and I was just kind of living the old head life, just laid back and relaxing.
What year is all this?
Okay, I got out of prison the first time in 08. I went in to end up 04, and I think I got out midway through 08, March 8th of 08, I think. And then this last time I got out in 2013. I'm horrible with numbers and dates. I don't know how some guys have YouTube channels. They're naming codes and all this shit. I think you might have done. I don't know how y'all do it, but I can't do it. Okay, there's only one code I remember from prison. It was a 229 charge, man. That was out of being in the wrong area of prison.
Out of bounds.
I was always caught in the wrong area where I wasn't supposed to be. So that's why I remember that shit. But yeah, I got out. I've been out for about 4 years now, I think.
You're off paper?
Yeah, I've been off paper. I got off paper rather quick because I only had like a year and a half over my head. I pretty much maxed out all of my time. I didn't get that much time for the stabbing. To tell you the truth, I really didn't get hardly any. I got majority of my time for petty shit like a grand larceny. I forgot I had a grand larceny from it too, from somehow they said I took a cell phone or something from the person before it happened. But anyways, that was bullshit too. But I was found guilty, you know. So it is
That's
what
all
it
that
is.
matters.
I got more time for that, and it didn't even happen. Then I got, well, I mean, it kind of happened, but it didn't happen like they said, like I was stealing the shit. So, anyways, I got more time for that than actually stabbing, almost killing this fool, man. Isn't that unbelievable?
Yeah, hell yeah. I
Makes
can
no
relate.
sense. That's why I feel like I should not. I got railroaded somehow, man.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have went. But anyways, where was I at? I get out, and I think I've been out for about 4.5, maybe going on 5 years now. I've had the channel for about 3 years. So yeah.
And I love
Yeah.
your channel. I love your channel, Josh. It's an amazing channel.
Thank you, man. It's evolving every day.
You have
man.
a lot of loyal fans, and I love what you do, and I appreciate you putting me on when you did.
Hey,
So,
man. Thank you, man. And you know, a lot of people might think I'm trying to. I enjoy the gratitude. I really don't. I mean, I thank you, man. But everything, it's your story. People that come on, they just get the window. But every subscriber you get and every view you get, that's all y'all. From then on. So, hey, you got the charisma. You got it too, man. Your stories are great. But yeah, the channel's always evolving, man. And who knows where the hell it's going to go from here on out. You do things the honest way, you're going to get honest, for the most part back. You're going to get good things back, man. That's why I choose to believe in it. But yeah, so this is the crazy part. How did I become this? I work for my father. I'm an artist. And that's what I was doing when I got out of prison. Well, first I got out of prison, I was working at a sub shop called Firehouse Subs, man. And that was some of the most humiliating times of my life because I was a grown ass man, tatted up, had to wear a fucking sub hat. You know what I mean? Work around high school kids. It was unbelievable. I had to have a job, man. I just had twins. I mean, we're homeless. I'm like, I gotta fucking make some kind of money. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And then my dad's business took off. Boom. So I started doing that work, and thank God it was a blessing, man. We just started knocking all this artwork, and then I got other jobs, doing other things here and there, and I had a lot of free time on my hand. It got to the point where I was making good money, but I still had a lot of free time on my hands. And I went to a bar one night. I met someone there, and he's like, I'm not gonna put no names out there, but anyways, it's a prison YouTuber, man, and he says, man, he tells me what he's doing, right? I'm like, are you kidding me? You make money off this shit, man? And then he's, I said, damn, dude, that was like my life. I spent my whole 20s in there. And he says, yeah. And I told him I was prison tattoo. I was showing him my artwork too, with my father and all the stuff we made and I made. And he buys some artwork, and I was like, that's cool. And I was like, I should try this, And I don't know if he was drunk or whatever, but he said, yeah, you should try it, man, And sure enough, I did. About a month later, I said, screw it, I tried it. And prison tattoo machine took off like fireworks, And then it just went from just killing time to something totally different, man. You know what I mean?
And that was back, that was 3 or 4 years ago? What, 5 years ago? 3 years ago?
2017.
That's back when you didn't even need 1,000 subscribers. You were monetized like instantly, right? Like
No. The policies just changed. I think actually it wasn't 2017. I started because I was doing gaming before prison YouTube. I was just gaming on this YouTube thing, and for about 8 months before. So I think it was towards 2018 that it actually started prison genre. I got to look at the last video date on my channel, but when it happened, it was when I started doing it. It was the worst time to become a YouTuber. It was called the adpocalypse. So they just started the rule where you had to have all those subscribers, all that stuff, and then it literally, when I put in to be monetized on my channel, you know how nowadays it takes probably a month and a half, I've seen,
month.
yeah, it took me 8.5 months, man, damn near 9 months under review.
That sucks, dude.
I've been well past all the numbers. My channel's booming. No ads, no money, no nothing. I'm just kicking it. You know what I mean?
That
So
sucks.
I didn't care though, man. I'm like, damn, this is crazy. It's growing. You know, I'm like, sooner or later. But then I started thinking, you know, maybe they don't like my channel and then it's too bad or something. Who knows? But sure enough, they hit me up. They said, yeah, you know, you're part of this little membership thing, whatever it was called, you know, to start making money on YouTube. But 9 months, man, every day making content, not one dime.
But
Besides,
now, did all of those partially monetize or monetize once you could go in and
yeah, you could go
monetize
back
them?
and do all that, but still, you know,
But you had
a lot.
lost all of the view
Yeah,
revenue.
it was probably a good 2-3 million views, man.
Wow.
Yeah, but like I said, you know, I didn't know any of this at the time. Now I'm knowing all the stuff that I missed out on. But at the time, I thought it was just awesome that people were subscribing to me, man. I was like, this is amazing.
It is.
You know,
It was.
I was like, all this hard work is finally paying off. Holy shit, you know? And then, and I see it now, and I love it, man, because I see people that's been on my channel, and they're staying consistent with it. And now some people's videos, it's just boom, you know? It's like, and now they're booming. And I'm like, that's all it is, man. And I've been saying it since the beginning, man. Consistency is key. Sooner or later, man, it's gonna happen. You know, you're just gonna, that one video might bring everyone to see all of your great videos. You know, or just collabing. You know, just getting your name out there. That's all it takes sometimes too. But
It's a good way to launch. Yeah, collab with other people that already have followings. It's a good way to launch. Nowadays, so now it's 2020. I cuss a lot on my channel, so I'd say that maybe 4 out of 10 of my videos get monetized. The other ones get partially monetized. Do you deal with the same thing? Because I know you interview a bunch
yeah,
of.
well, I'll tell you what. Recently, I've been like, wow, that one went through, huh?
They've been monetized. Yeah, I feel the same way. I mean, once in a while, I'm like, this is how you make a fifi, and YouTube's like,
Yeah. Oh, that
Yeah.
one, man, that one got flagged out. I think I had to remove that one. That was a good one, though. The one I made, actually, I really do think I got some kind of strike behind that one. I don't know, but yeah, man. I mean, well, see, they're always updating the law, the rules, you know,
Yeah.
and just recently they had a thing with, you know, I don't know if you knew about it, but the whole child thing, you know, they can't run interest-based ads on children under 13, and now
You
you
have
got
to
to
say if it's for a child or not now, if it's made for children or not. Yeah.
yeah. So now so after that happened, I got an email saying that they're much more loose, from what I got from it, that they're much more loose about it, the language. But so I've been opening up a little bit more. When I first started, I tried to have no cussing at all, man. You know what I mean? Because it's just what it was. I wanted to make some kind of revenue off of it at one point, but it's hard, you know, to do that because sometimes they get flagged, and I don't know what it was the most family friendly thing I've ever talked about. You know what I mean?
It's people dropping kites on us, bro. They're paper chasing us.
It can be that, but I'll tell you this, you know, YouTube has an AI, and
Yeah.
just one wrong word will pick up, that AI picks it up and they will flag. You know what I mean? That's just how it is. And their database is huge, man. I mean, it's huge. It gets deep. But yeah, so you gotta be very careful. But usually once I get it reviewed, and it's not good for the smaller channels because it takes 1,000 views just to get reviewed. You know, I lose a little bit of revenue, but you know, after about 6 hours, they'll green light it. You know what I mean? Good to go. But for the smaller channels, that'll hurt them dramatically because, you know, that's all their views right there on the spot.
Yeah, well, you know, recently I started a parallel Patreon universe where it's like uncensored. I can like have videos of me doing drugs, whatever it is that YouTube is not cool with. You know, if it's not part of like a film or a documentary, then if you just have gratuitous drug use, they're like, nope, and they'll give you a strike for it. Patreon has given me more flexibility, and we had talked
Yeah.
about it before the interview started when we were just chopping it up before we were recording. But I really like that concept, how there's two parallel universes. There's YouTube, where you have to conform to some degree. I don't censor my language. I cuss. A lot of times it's hurting my monetization, but I switch over to Patreon just to have that freedom and to be able to monetize my content without having to adhere to any YouTube policy or anything. And it's been very effective. And this video that we're doing right now has turned, I think, really into how to start a YouTube channel and how yours has
I
been.
know how we get there, boy.
No, that's fine.
You know what I
It's a
mean?
good subject.
Yeah,
What would you say to somebody? I know you already hit some of those points, but there's a lot of convicts, and I know you and I were talking about it before the video started recording, about how, you know, aside from just making revenue off this, we're helping a lot of people, you know, whether
so
we're
much more than we even know.
whether we're dissuading people from going to prison, whether you're turning people off from being a drug addict. Because I talk about everything, you know, I tell them how bad my life's been on drugs. And it also, there's convicts that are unemployable. I'm sure you can relate. You get out, you're getting jobs. We have kids. It's hard to make ends meet with the kind of employment we can get as felons. So what would you tell, like, so on top of having this channel and making money, we're helping people, which we both really like.
Mm-hmm.
What would you tell other convicts out there that are felons? You know, they're on a losing streak right now, can't get employment. They see what we're doing. They want to start the same thing. What would you tell them now, knowing all the things you've learned since you originally started it and what you would have done differently?
Well, I don't know if I would have done anything differently, but I know I can tell you exactly, you know, how I did it, you know. But first, you know, before I get into that, man, something that doesn't really get no recognition either, you know, uh, half the time or the majority of the time is YouTube as a platform itself. You know what I mean? Like, this shit's changing lives. You know, it really is. People can tell their story and they can make quite a bit of money from doing it. You know, it's changing lives. And when I see people that are making money now from it, that have told their story, uh, it's amazing, man. I love seeing that. You know, and they got kids, so I know their kids are eating better, living a better life, and all that good stuff. So, big shout out to YouTube as a platform. Even though that, you know, they try, you know, they do have a lot of rules.
Absolutely, I'm grateful for
but
that,
you know,
absolutely.
it's still a really good platform, and I still watch the hell out of it even to this day. I mean, it's like a dictionary, a walking dictionary in my hand right here with YouTube. But anyways, look, this is the key to life. Key to life, in my eyes. Find yourself a good woman. A good woman. If you can't find yourself a good woman, you don't need a woman. You need consistency to go with the woman or without the woman. Consistency is what makes you, man. If you don't go out there for it, regardless of what it is, you ain't gonna get it. Like I said, I was a grown ass man with twins sitting in a freaking sub shop saying, "Welcome to Firehouse." Okay. I might have been high as gas and blunt I just smoked with the high school kids, but damn, you know, I was doing it. Okay. I was humbling myself. My kids would come in there and eat lunch for free or something off of my lunch, you know, because we were so broke. But this is the thing. I was always looking for something different. I knew I had qualities. There was this landscaping crew that came in for lunch, and they're a big crews, a pretty popular crew or whatever. And you know, I don't never serve the subs out. I wasn't gonna humble myself that much. I said, "Motherfucker, y'all are serving them. All right, I'm making you serve them." All right? So I went and served these guys subs because I had a plan in my head. I'm tired of this sub making shit. You know what I mean? So any person that came in that looked like they worked at least a manly job, man, because I had to get away from this, you know. I asked him, I said, "Hey, look, man, I worked my ass off here. I'm trying to get this." What I said to him as I delivered the sub, I said, "Where's the boss man?" They pointed the boss man, went up to him. I said, "Look, I've been working my ass off here, overtime, not making shit, but I'm a hard worker, man. I'm trying to get a job. Are you all hiring?" You know? And boom, became a landscaper. I was making double and a half what I was making the next day. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
You just gotta fucking try it, man. You gotta stand out there. You gotta go for it. You know? I'm not gonna lie, man. Sometimes I hate to say that anybody can do it, because honestly, I don't think anybody can do it. You know what I mean? I hear that all the time, and I feel like it's a false statement. If you believe it, you can do it, and all this. I don't think it's like that, man. I think you got to work at everything. I'm talking about communication skills. I mean, if you can't talk to someone, you ain't gonna get nowhere in life. That's key, you know, too. You gotta have good communication skills. Just there's so much, but you just gotta try too, and not give up. Sooner or later, something. It might not be what you want, but it's gonna come. Unless you're just a damn psychopath like some of the trolls in the comment section. You know what I mean? I'm like,
Weirdo. There's some cool weirdos out there. Weirdos.
you know? But yeah, man, consistency and actually going for it. Half the time people fail because they give up. That's it. That's all there is to it.
Absolutely.
You just got to keep on going, man. Keep living life. I was in a tent. I was in a tent, living in a fucking tent at one point with my wife, man. This is the worst I've ever been. And I could have easily went and picked up a fucking gun.
Cold, right? On the East Coast, freezing.
Yeah, and I could have easily got money, Ryan. No bullshit. You can ask my wife. I could have easily got thousands of dollars right then. You know what I mean? But I was like, I'm not even risking going back to the pen, man. I said, I can't do this shit no more. Sat in a tent, saved my money up, and then we got a place. From saving money up by living in a tent, walking back and forth on the main road with groceries in our hands, man. You know what I mean? That shit was a struggle, man. But look, we just saved money and we got the hell up out of there. A lot of people don't want to save. A lot of people don't want to work for what they got. And that's all there is to it, man. A lot of people ain't even heard that story from me.
That's insane, man. And that's so commendable. You talked about communication. My dad's starting his own YouTube channel in a few weeks. Just focused on that, just on communication, leadership skills. He's retired now, but he had a pretty successful run doing stuff like that as a consultant in the healthcare world. One thing that I'm doing wrong right now, when you touched on it, but what I'm going to start doing this week is structure. Structure is something that I learned in prison. And when my life is structured, I'm at my absolute best. I have screenplays, books, things that I have deadlines on, and I can't manage my time. Especially now that I'm on Patreon, I feel obligated to just flood people with content all day, every day. So what I'm going to start doing on Monday of next week is my friend Sinister Monopoly, who's on my show, you know him. Sinister has an art studio, and it's like 40 minutes from where I live, but he's giving me an extra key to it. I'm going to set up a computer. I'm not going to bring my phone, no internet connection.
Kegs?
And I'm going there. What's that?
Kegs?
Oh yeah, for sure. And I'm going to go there 5 days a week, like a normal job, 9 to 5, do my YouTube content, do my writing, no internet access, go home at 6 p.m., turn my cell phone off because I'm neglecting my kid and my wife way too much right now. And then Saturday and Sunday, same thing. Cell phone off, but work a real job every day and actually leave my house to go do it. So it feels like a job. And I think that's the one thing in my life that I'm missing is structure. Do you agree with that? I'm going to start that plan Monday.
Well, yeah. A lot of people wondered why. See, now I still make content, but I've been skipping a lot of days. Back last year, I did a video every day, 365 days, every day. I think I might have missed one, but I put 2 for, in its place.
Make up for it.
Yeah, man. A lot of people don't understand. I did that because when people come to your channel, I know if I were to go to someone's channel and I like them and I'm liking it and I'm into the YouTube thing, I want to see content. You know what I mean? I want to see like a TV show, pretty playlists, pretty, sections, and plenty of content for you to watch. So that's what I was really doing. That's what I was focusing on last year, just compiling as much content as I could, put it into my playlist, and then just let people just, so consistency with the content is a big thing. I think now I'm doing every 2 days, or I'll skip a day every 2 days. And then, I'm still dropping a lot of content, but not
What's
every
your
day.
structure? What's your structure and discipline like, though? Like, do
Um,
you wake
yeah, I
up?
wake up. Yeah, I wake up early as hell, man, and
Yeah, that's what I was gonna.
I work from home, and that's the thing. My wife gets mad. She's like, "Oh, you're in your room all the time." But look, I break it down to her like this, Brittany. You know, if I wasn't doing this, I'd be out doing a 9 to 5 on the street. So I'm doing a 9 to 5 still, pretty much, but from home. So she has to understand that sometimes, because it
I
is
deal with
weird
the
working
same
from
thing.
home so much,
I deal with the
and
same
being,
thing. Yeah.
yeah, and separating yourself from everyone. You need silence to make content. You need silence to edit. So that's why I got it in here, and it's been working really good, man. I'm finally at a point now where I can just start to try to do other things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I got a structure, man. Go to work with my dad. Wake up like 5 in the morning every morning. Go to work with my dad till about 11 or 12. In the afternoon, lunchtime, get off. Do that thing. Do my artwork. Uh, but before anything, I'll make my YouTube video before all that. You know what I mean?
Did you learn that structure and discipline in prison, or did you
Oh
have
yeah,
that before you? Yeah,
and before I went to prison, I was sleeping all day, staying up all night. And that was my structure. When I went to prison, I gained a little bit of structure. Uh, I think it's more with age, man. When you get a little older, it's just like kind of, for me at least, a lot of my tastes changed, man. A lot of immaturity went out the window. Uh, I'd say around the age of 25, man, I was just fed up with lockup, and I had kids. Kids really will mature you quick.
absolutely. Yeah.
So I think kids were the big factor on my structure, man. Like, gotta wake up early with kids, take them to school, all this stuff, or change your diaper, feed them. And I got 4, ladies and gentlemen, for anybody that might not know, I got
Man,
4
hats off to you, man. Salute.
daughters too, dude. Take a hat off again.
It's off. I'm just throwing it fucking across the room, man.
I love that shit, man. And they fight all the time. So, but it's awesome. I love them, man. They're amazing. And yeah, man, it's finally, I got a system. But yeah, structure from prison. Prison, man, some people learn from their mistakes or they don't. And I always had a better life out here than in prison. So who the hell's gonna jeopardize that? Even when I was poor, I enjoyed myself out here better than in prison. So I just got tired of it. And that's up to the person that's doing time. Some people.
What? You like it better out here, dude, with beer and girls? Shit's whack, bro. Are you serious? Prison's
Yeah.
way doper,
Tell me about it. Tell me about it. But
bro.
look,
But I mean, some people, this is what I was saying, some people I know, they have such horrible living conditions in the projects, wherever, that going to prison is a better place for them. You know what I
Or
mean? That
homeless. Homeless. You
they
see that a lot. Yeah.
and homeless. I mean, shit, I've seen homeless guys set little areas look better than some project places I've been in. With roach infestations. At least you could camp out in the woods. There ain't gonna be too much going on. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, you can loop up, but when the roaches come, you can go somewhere else. But yeah, I've seen some shit, man. And these guys, when they get locked up in prison, these prisons are 10 times better than where they're living. So of course they can get what is it? Complacent with it? Is that the
Yeah.
right word?
They get
Uh,
institutionalized. You guys see a
yeah,
lot of people that are institutionalized.
yeah. So it's really up to the person, man. If they got something out here to fight for, that's usually the ones that really succeed. Some people have kids and they don't give 2 shits about them. Some guys have kids like me and it changes their life 100%. So I don't think there's really, I think everything, even down to drug habits, man, everything is the mind, man. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to not go to prison, some cases maybe you can go to prison even if you didn't do it, but you know what I mean? It's hard for me to explain. Like, the mind is so powerful.
I
Mind
mean,
over matter. Mind over matter.
it's so powerful, and I
Yeah.
don't think any of us can really control it like if we could, you know. But you gotta want it, man. You know, some people, they just don't want it. Like, I've quit everything in my life drug wise. Might smoke a little weed here and there,
Bad
but
drug.
cigarettes, you know, I want to quit them. I'm trying my hardest to quit them, man.
Me
It's
too.
tough. It's tough as hell, man. And
Me too.
you know,
Uh-oh. Hey, I can't hear you. Hold on. Hold on. Hey, you got muted. You got muted for a second. What were you saying?
there.
Yeah, I'm here. It's low though. It's low. It got muted. Hold up. Uh-oh.
There.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, now I can't hear you.
Really.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
I'm
Sorry about that. Someone
sorry
called
for
me.
the technical difficulties.
That was on my end. Someone called me. I don't even know where I was at, man. But you got me rambling, man. I'm ranting.
No, we're talking about YouTube channels. Let me ask you this about your channel. So I just hit the 10,000 subscriber mark. How long did it take you to get to that point? And how long? I heard once you hit 10,000, you're in a different part of the algorithm. Did you see a lot more growth after you got past 10,000? I heard that the hardest point is to get to 1,000 and to
Yeah.
get 10,000 from 1,000. And past that, getting to 100,000 is easier than the 10,000. Is that true?
I got to 100. It was weird, man. Like I said, it was really slow at first. And then when I got to 1,000, I really can't remember, man. I know it boomed though. It was somewhere around 1,000 or 2,000 people I already had subscribed. It just blew up, I think. I can't remember exactly. I would have to go look at the video analytics or whatever. But it was in, I think, February of 18 where it boomed. And that was shortly after I did it. Because I wasn't monetized yet. So I don't know, man. It just varies, you know, like that tattoo video, it just boomed big time, and
How many
it brought
views
a lot
did
of
you get on
subscribers.
that?
Huh?
How many views did you get on that?
I think it's got like 3 million, two point some or three.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it is. It's still growing. But it's like it's hard to explain, man, because the shit jumps and then it'll stop. It's an up and down. That's
Yeah,
what I've seen.
I've seen that already, even on a small level. But now
Yeah,
it's
it'll
up
go
again.
up.
It's going up again. Yeah, it's
And I
great.
tell people, work through it, man. I tell them all the time, just work through it. It'll be back. Like just right now, my videos have been, my subs increased almost double than what it did last month. You know, so it just varies. There's sometimes, man, I got 400,000 subscribers, and I'll gain only 75 in one day. At one point, you know, I remember it was just a day like that the other day. Sometimes, oh, this is just a glitch. This is just a glitch. This is just a glitch in their AI, man. It's gonna be back to normal. You ain't gotta pawn nothing yet, Brittany.
All right. Do you think you're gonna get up to 1 million subscribers?
Yeah, man, I think so. I think it's gonna happen
I do
this year.
too. I do too, man.
I think it's gonna happen this year. I'm hoping, you know. But
Amazing.
regardless, I'm happy and completely content with what I got now, man. You know, life couldn't be better, and the community I have, like you said, is a really good community. Started off rough, and that's a huge piece of advice for anyone out there. Don't let the trolls get to you, man. Shit, they will get to you. They will break. I've seen people getting broken down by it, you know.
Breakdown.
They broke me down a couple times. You know, made me rethink my whole life plan.
You know what really bothers me about trolls? This is the one thing that really bugs me. When I put if I have friends that do hip hop or they do whatever, and I'm trying to put them on my channel just to get them some exposure, and then someone wants to talk shit about their art, it's like, you're not doing anything. Why are you talking shit about this dude that has these dreams and aspirations, has the balls to put work out there, and you want to fucking talk shit when you have nobody that's happy, successful, cool is going to troll somebody.
Exactly.
Period. If you have a good life, you're not doing that. If you're leaving a negative comment on somebody's YouTube channel, you're a bitch. You're miserable, dude. That's it. But it really bugs me when it's somebody else. Like when I put my boy who just did 15 years in the Fed.
Yeah, I hate it when they attack my guests.
You know, and it's like, man, you don't even know this dude. If you did, you wouldn't be saying shit, you know? But yeah, sorry to get off on some troll rant, but
yeah, it's all good, man. Hey, I've ranted plenty on them, you know? But I tell the people every time when I'm done interviewing, I don't know if I told you or not, but you know, be wary of the comments, man. Don't let them get you, because people say some fucked up shit. Everyone's a liar, you know.
Everyone I bring on the show is a liar.
Everyone's a rat. Everybody.
Yeah, everyone's
like
a rat, bitch, liar. I work for the feds.
Everyone's an expert.
But they might be watching me. They might be. I ain't gonna lie. Who knows what the hell they're watching?
Sure they are. If I was a Fed, I'd be watching prison channels, of course.
Of course, man. Of course. But yeah. What was I saying? What the hell were we talking about, man?
I don't know. You were talking about PayPaling me $3,000 after the interview or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I was gonna say something, man. I can't remember. I do that all the time, though.
Yeah, man. You know, life's good. You know, it's good. I'm enjoying life, and I'm enjoying seeing other people grow with me. You know, it's all about success in life, man, and helping and uplifting others. It took me a long time to realize that I was a very selfish person growing up, man. So selfish. All I wanted was me, 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 me. It was unbelievable how many times someone said to me one time in prison. He said, if you pay attention to what you say when you're talking to someone or anything, how many times do you say the word I? And, you know, I started keeping that in the back of my head. Ever since he said it, I don't know why it stayed in my head. And I realized I talk about my shit a lot. I talk about me, and I talk about what I want all the time. I, you know? And it took a while for me to realize that shit, man. And now it's like, it's the best life I've lived, man, since I decided to help and uplift and encourage people, even my fucking enemies, man. You know? It's hard to do, but I do it. But don't test me. You know, I'll bite back. You know, I'll bite back, but this is how it goes.
Yeah, and you feel better. All right, well, let's end this with, because this really turned into a how to start a prison channel video, you know, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think that there's
he ain't got to use it. We can talk about do another one and talk about prison if you want, man. Like, yeah, this is kind of weird.
No, it's cool.
Yeah,
it's
all
cool.
right.
I like it because there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people out there that are hopeless right now. That have been in the system. They're living in a fucking tent. They're watching us on some, you know, on their cell phone, and they're like desperately wanting to get out of the position that they're in. And I'm glad that somebody like you that's reached success on the level that you've had is willing to break it down for somebody and say how you did it. And what I got out of what you said is collaborate with other people in the beginning, you know, help get some organic following that way, be consistent, don't let other people get to you, and apply structure to your life. And if you just stay consistent and you don't give up, you're going to get to a place that you want to be. Would you say that's all true? We hit on all the same.
That is all true, but ladies and gentlemen, it ain't gonna be no, some people it might, some people it ain't. It's not gonna be on your time. A lot of people are gonna have to work for that shit. You know what I mean?
Work. You gotta put the work in. Yeah.
You're gonna have to put in the work, and also, you know, the consistency, man. I can't stress that enough, man. It's just the amount of work you put into something. I can guarantee you're gonna get something back, and it's not all the time going to be how you want it, but use that window to open up another window. Some people work shit jobs every day, can't stand it. Well, try to strive for something else while you're working that shit job, you know, work for it. But yeah, man, that's it. I'm done ranting.
Absolutely. Listen, Josh.
Too much coffee. My homeboy's car just got stolen, you know?
I know you told me that.
Shit never happens out here.
You told me that on Instagram. You're like, my boy's car got stolen. I'm going to scoop him up. I'm like, oh, that's good you got your car back, or your friend's car back. You're like, nah, bro, his car got stolen. I'm getting my friend. I'm like, oh, that's not good. All right.
You're like, hey, you're like, oh, so you want to reschedule? Nah, we're good.
Hey, man. Well, hey, I appreciate you coming on. For the 1 or 3 subscribers that I have, the loose hairs that don't subscribe to your channel, plug your shit here. And
Thank you, man.
go ahead.
Hey, and thank you for having me on the show, man. It was always a pleasure, man. I don't limit myself to anybody. I don't put myself on any kind of pedestal. I am just enjoying life and being with other people, like-minded, trying to be positive, But yeah, anybody that doesn't know where to find me, I'm sure he'll put a link in comments or something for me. Lockdown 23 and 1 is my YouTube channel. We're doing good. We got a good community over there. Got an interview that I've done with Ryan as well. If you haven't seen that one, go check that out. And yeah, man, to the people that enjoyed it, salute y'all. People who didn't like it, hey, I apologize, man.
Can we get a palabra out of you, bro?
A palabra.
Yeah, just say palabra, and then we're gonna end the video. That's how I always end my videos. You're gonna.
I ain't never seen that. I never watched them all the way to the end.
Oh, wow, yeah. See, busted, Josh. Busted. I knew it.
Palabra.
Palabra. All right, guys. Thank you so much.
What does that mean, man? What does it
Well,
mean?
you're gonna have to watch the videos.
Oh,
Palabra.
no.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Palabra.